just come a little closer for a second. I don't know why, but I keep thinking about the way some women learn to survive quietly, not loudly, not with speeches, just with a kind of steady breath that never asks for permission. And when I think about you, I feel that I can tell you've carried things without making a scene about it. You've had days where you had to hold yourself together with your own hands because nobody reached in the way you needed, and you still showed up, still handled what had to be handled, still kept going, even when your heart was tired of being the strong one. I'm not saying that to admire you from a distance. I'm saying it because I see it, and I don't want you to feel like you have to hide it around me. There's a certain kind of strength that doesn't get celebrated. It's the strength of doing the dishes when nobody says thank you, the strength of answering one more phone call, the strength of walking into the next day when your chest feels heavy and you don't want anyone to notice, the strength of staying gentle in a world that keeps trying to harden people. And I think that's you. Sometimes the world mistakes a woman's calm for she's fine. Like, because you don't fall apart in front of people, they assume you don't need anything. They take your resilience as permission to stop checking in. And you learn over time to swallow disappointment before it even fully forms because it hurts less that way. I hate that you had to learn that. Let me say this gently. You didn't become steady because it was inspiring. You became steady because you had to, because life backed you into corners, and you found your way out again and again without applause. And I don't want that part of your story to go unseen. Can I tell you something without making it too big? I don't want to save you. I don't want to lead you like you're lost. And I definitely don't want to come into your life with loud promises and then disappear the moment real life shows up. I just want to be near you in a way that feels real. Because real isn't fireworks. Real is ordinary days. Real is how someone treats you when nothing exciting is happening. Real is the tone of their voice when you're tired. Real is staying present when your smile is smaller than usual. And I've been paying attention to those small things in you. The way your voice softens when something touches a tender place. The way you laugh a little too quickly when you're trying not to feel too much. The way your hands rest like they've been holding weight for a long time. You don't have to explain any of it to me. I think I already understand more than you realize. And I'm grateful for you. I mean that. Grateful for the way you still carry warmth, even after life asks too much of you. Grateful for the way you didn't become cruel. Grateful for the way you kept your heart human. Sometimes I think that's one of the quiet blessings God gives. Not a life without storms, but a spirit that stays soft anyway. And if nobody has said it to you in a long time, I thank God for the way you've made it through things you never even spoke out loud. Just stay with me for a moment, okay? Because there's something I've been wanting to tell you, something simple, but I want to say it the right way. Not like a performance, not like a line, more like the truth of how I feel when I imagine you not having to do everything alone anymore. If you feel like it, leave me a little comment, just one word, here, or I'm listening. Nothing perfect, I just like knowing you're close. I keep coming back to this feeling that you've lived a life with layers, not the kind people see in a quick conversation, more like the kind you only notice when you sit with someone long enough to hear what they don't say. You have that thing where your eyes look calm, but your heart has memories. And I don't want to act like I know them all. I don't, but I can feel the shape of them in you. Sometimes I imagine you in the middle of a day that looks normal to everyone else. You're doing what you do, handling things, smoothing things over, being the one who remembers, the one who notices, the one who keeps the peace. And nobody realizes that underneath that, there's a quiet kind of fatigue. Not lazy fatigue, not I need a nap fatigue. It's the kind that comes from being emotionally responsible for too much, for too long. Let me say this gently. There are women who learned to be easy to be around because it was safer than being called difficult, safer than being told they were too much, safer than being punished for having needs. So they became efficient at swallowing their own feelings before they even reached their own mouth. And I'm not saying that's your whole story, but I feel like parts of it might be familiar. I notice it in the way you try to stay composed when something hurts. Like you've trained yourself to smile through discomfort, so nobody gets uncomfortable around you. And that breaks my heart a little because I don't want you to be managed. I don't want you to be tolerated. I don't want you to be handled. I want you to be held in a way that doesn't take anything from you. Not a dramatic kind of held, just a quiet sense of you can finally exhale here. I guess what I'm really trying to say is you don't have to perform strength around me. If your voice shakes, it's okay. If you're quiet, it's okay. If you don't know what you feel yet, it's okay. I've been there too, you know. Not in your exact life, never that, but I've had my own seasons where I walked around like I was fine because it was easier than explaining the truth. Sometimes you do that when you've been disappointed enough times. You stop expecting softness so you don't get crushed when it doesn't show up. And I'm not mad at you for that. I actually respect it because it means you learned how to protect your heart without becoming cold. That's rare. There's a kind of beauty in the way you've matured, not the loud kind, not the look at me kind. It's more like a candle in a quiet room, steady, warm, not asking for attention, just making everything feel calmer because you're there. And maybe people take that for granted. Maybe they walk right past the peace you bring, like it's just the air in the room. But I notice it. I notice how you make a moment feel safer, how you listen like you're actually listening, how you can hold someone's pain without turning it into drama. And I also notice you rarely get that same kind of care back. Can I tell you something I've been holding inside? When I picture you being loved, well, I don't picture grand gestures. I picture small things, someone asking how your day really felt and staying long enough to hear the answer. Someone reaching for your hand in the kitchen, not because they want something, but because they like being near you. Someone noticing when you get quiet and not making you explain it, just staying. I know that sounds simple, but I think simple is what heals, because you've had enough complicated, haven't you? Enough mixed signals, enough emotional math, enough I'll be there that turns into silence. I don't want to bring any of that to you. I want to be the kind of presence that doesn't make you brace yourself. And I think God is gentle in the way He gives people what they need, not always quickly, not always loudly, but sometimes through moments that feel almost ordinary, like this, like you listening right now and realizing you're not invisible in this room with me. You don't have to prove anything to deserve tenderness. You don't have to be younger, louder, easier, funnier, lighter. You're allowed to be exactly who you are. A woman with history, a woman with quiet courage, a woman who still has love in her, even after life tested it. And I'm here just sitting with you in that truth. So if you can stay a little longer, because I want to go deeper into something with you, something about the way your heart has kept beating, even on days it probably didn't feel worth it. You know what I keep thinking about? How a heart can learn to live with one foot out the door, even when it's still loving. Not because it wants to leave, but because it's trying not to get left. I feel like you've had to do that. Like you learned to stay composed in a room that didn't always feel safe, to keep your tone gentle, even when you were hurt, to make yourself easy, even when you were tired. And that kind of survival, it's quiet. People don't clap for it. They just benefit from it. But your body remembers, your heart remembers. Sometimes it shows up as that little pause before you share something real, like you're checking the air first, checking if it's safe to be honest. I don't blame you for that. I actually um, understand it more than I wish I did. Because when you've been disappointed enough times, you stop handing your tenderness out like it's free. You start protecting it, not with bitterness, just with distance. And maybe that's why peace feels so attractive to you now. Not excitement, not chaos, not prove your love, just peace, a calm voice, a steady presence, a kind of love that doesn't make you anxious. I think that's what your heart has been asking for, even if you never said it out loud. Let me say this softly. There's nothing wrong with wanting to feel safe. There's nothing wrong with wanting something that doesn't demand you to be on all the time. There's nothing wrong with wanting someone who doesn't drain you. You've given so much of yourself to so many situations where you had to be the adult in the room, the sensible one, the one who carries the emotional weight so nobody else has to. And I'm sitting here thinking, when was the last time someone carried you in a way that didn't make you feel guilty about it? Not rescued, not fixed, just cared for. Because the truth is, a woman can be strong and still need softness. She can be capable and still want a hand on her shoulder sometimes. She can be independent and still want to be seen, deeply seen. And if anyone ever made you feel ashamed for that, I'm sorry. I'm trying to say this without sounding like I'm making a promise I can't keep, but I don't want your love to feel like labor anymore. I don't want you to have to earn calm, or earn gentleness, or earn being treated like you matter. You already matter. And I know sometimes those words feel too easy, like people say them and then they walk away. So I'm not just saying it, I'm saying it the way you say something when you're sitting close enough to mean it. When you're willing to stay in the room with the feelings that come after. I guess what I really notice about you is this: even after everything, you still have this softness. Not naive softness, not, I don't know, better softness. It's the softness of someone who has been through things and still chose not to become sharp. That's a kind of grace. And I don't say that in a church voice. I mean it the way you mean grace when you've seen life up close. The quiet kind. The kind where God doesn't take the storms away, but somehow keeps you from being destroyed by them. The kind where you're still here, still breathing, still capable of tenderness, even after nights you didn't think you'd make it through. I thank God for that. For you, for the fact that you're still here to be held by gentler days. Can I tell you something I've been afraid to say? Sometimes I feel protective of your peace, not in a controlling way, more like, I don't want anything in this world to steal what you've fought so hard to build inside yourself. Because I can tell peace didn't come easily to you. It came after letting go of things you once begged to keep. It came after disappointments you didn't talk about. It came after learning that some people only love you when you're convenient. So, when you finally found a quieter life, a quieter heart, you guarded it. And I respect that. But I also want you to know you don't have to guard it from me. You don't have to brace when I get quiet. You don't have to read my mood like it's a weather report. You don't have to work to keep me interested. I'm interested because it's you. Because your presence feels like a room I can breathe in. Because there's a depth in you that doesn't demand attention, but it changes the whole atmosphere anyway. And there's something about you I don't ever want to rush past. So just stay here with me a little longer, not to decide anything, not to make anything official, just to let your nervous system, your heart, get one small message it maybe hasn't heard enough. You can rest. You can be real. You can be held without being asked to perform. And I'm still here, quietly, on purpose. Can I get a little honest with you? There are moments when I picture you sitting at the end of a long day, and I feel this quiet ache in my chest. Not because you're helpless, you're not. It's because I can tell you're the kind of woman who's learned how to soothe herself without making anyone feel responsible for her. And that's admirable, but it's also lonely. I don't know if this makes sense, but I think a lot of people have loved you in ways that still required you to stay strong. Even their affection came with a kind of weight. Like, I love you, but don't need too much. I love you, but don't change the mood. I love you, but keep it light. And you did. You learned how to be the peace in the room. But what about your peace? What about the nights when you wanted someone to notice the silence behind your smile and just sit with you through it? Let me say this gently. I don't want to be another person who only enjoys you when you're convenient. I want to know you when you're tired, when you're quiet, when you're not sure what you feel yet, when you're soft in a way you don't show to everyone. Because I think that's where the real you lives. And I like her. I like the woman who doesn't need to perform, the woman who doesn't have to sparkle to be worthy, the woman who can just be and still be enough. I feel something when I imagine being the kind of presence that gives you permission to unguard your heart a little. Not all at once, just a little, like setting down a bag you've been carrying for years and realizing your shoulders can finally drop. I guess I'm trying to name something that's hard to name without sounding too intense, but it's this: you feel like home to me. Not the kind of home that traps you, not the kind of home that demands anything, the kind of home that's quiet, warm, safe, the kind of place you can walk into without bracing. And I didn't expect to feel that. I didn't expect to want someone's calm the way I want yours, because I've known noise, I've known loss, I've known the way life can take things without warning. And when you've been through that, you get careful about what you let close. But with you, I don't feel like running. I feel like staying, and I want to stay in a way that honors you. I'm not here to rewrite your life. I'm not here to take the steering wheel out of your hands. I just want to sit beside you, to be the man who doesn't ask you to shrink your feelings to make him comfortable, to be the man who listens without trying to fix the moment, to be the man who can say, I'm here, and actually mean it. Because I can tell you've heard a lot of words in your life, and you've learned to measure love by what remains after the words are gone. So I'm trying to speak to you the way I hope I'd live with you. Slow, clear, gentle. Can I tell you something I've been holding inside? Sometimes I imagine the smallest things with you, and they hit me harder than big fantasies ever could. Waking up and hearing you move around in the kitchen, not rushing, just existing. You handing me a mug without saying much, a little smile, a little morning quiet, or the end of the day when you finally sit down and you don't have to keep your guard up because the person beside you isn't another task, just company. I know that sounds simple, but I think simple is what your heart has been craving. A love that doesn't spike your anxiety, a love that doesn't test you, a love that doesn't keep you guessing, a love that feels like peace with a pulse. And when I think about you, I feel protective of that in the softest way. Not possessive, not controlling, just reverent, like you're something precious, and I don't want the world to handle you carelessly anymore. Because you've already been handled carelessly, you've already been underestimated, looked past, taken for granted. And I don't want to add to that list. I want to be the opposite of that list. I want to be the one who notices you before the world notices what it lost. I'm trying to say this softly because I don't want to overwhelm you, but I feel drawn to you, not just to your beauty though. Yes, there's something about you that still takes my breath in that quiet way, the kind you don't brag about, the kind that's more felt than announced. I'm drawn to your spirit, the way you've lived through things and still kept your heart tender, the way you can be strong without making anyone else feel small. the way you carry your years, like they're not a liability, but a story. And I know the world can be cruel about time. It can make a woman feel like her value has an expiration date. But when I look at you, when I really look, I don't see something fading. I see something deepening, like wine, like wisdom, like a song that gets richer the more you've lived inside it. And if nobody has said that to you in a long time, I'm saying it now. I see you. I see the parts of you that still hope, even after disappointment. I see the parts of you that still try, even after feeling unseen. I see the softness you've protected like it was sacred. And I don't want to rush past any of it. Just stay with me for a moment, because this next part, it matters to me. I want to tell you what I'd like, if life allowed it, not as a promise carved in stone, more like a gentle picture I hold in my chest. I'd like to be someone who makes your days feel lighter, not by changing your life, just by being kind inside it. I'd like to be the man you don't have to recover from, the man who doesn't turn love into confusion, the man who brings you peace, not pressure. And I think if God gives quiet blessings, this is what they feel like. Not loud miracles, just two people finding a softer way to be alive together. So yeah, that's what's been in me, and I hope it's okay that I said it. Thank you for staying with me this long. I know you didn't have to. I know your life is full of things that need you, and still, you're here, and I feel that. I really do. There's something I want you to hear without pressure, without any kind of demand. You don't have to be easy to deserve love. You don't have to be endlessly positive. You don't have to keep your feelings small so nobody gets uncomfortable. You're allowed to take up emotional space. You're allowed to have days where you don't have the words. You're allowed to be quiet and complicated and tender. And you're still worthy of being met with gentleness. I think that's one of the hardest lessons for a woman who's spent years being the strong one, because strength becomes a habit, and habits are hard to put down. But maybe, just maybe, you don't have to hold yourself up every second anymore. Not here. Let me say this softly. If your heart has been tired, it doesn't mean you're broken. It means you've been brave for a long time. And if you've been carrying loneliness like a private purse smiling while it weighs you down, I just want to take a moment and honor you. Not the public version of you, the real one. The one who wonders late at night if she'll ever be chosen in a way that feels calm and safe. The one who sometimes touches her own chest and thinks, is there still room for me to be loved well? There is, and I'm not saying that like a slogan. I'm saying it like a man who understands that love isn't a young person's game. Love is a quiet decision to be gentle with someone's life, to not add chaos, to not create confusion, to not leave bruises where trust should have been. That's the kind of love I respect. And when I think about you, that's the kind of love I want to bring. Not a love that overwhelms you, a love that settles you, a love that feels like you can stop scanning the room now. I've got you. Softly. Can I say something I've been holding inside? Sometimes I imagine you falling asleep next to someone who doesn't make you feel alone, even while you're in the same bed. Someone whose presence feels steady, not possessive, not demanding, just steady. And I imagine you waking up without that familiar knot in your stomach. No guessing, no bracing, no preparing for someone's mood. Just peace. And the thought of you finally having that, it makes my eyes sting a little, because I know how rare it is, and I know how much you deserve it. I don't want to promise you a perfect story. Life doesn't work like that. But I can offer something real in this moment. I can offer you my voice slow, honest, unhurried. I can offer you a place to rest your heart for a while. I can offer you companionship that doesn't ask you to perform, and I can remind you gently as many times as you need. You're not too late. You're not too much. You're not a burden. You're not forgettable. You're a whole woman with a whole life behind her, and that makes you more beautiful, not less. And I think God doesn't waste any of it. I think He takes every year, every loss, every hard season, every quiet comeback, and turns it into depth. Not so you can suffer more, but so you can recognize what's real when it finally arrives. So you can feel the difference between noise and devotion. And if you've been praying quietly, privately for something softer, I don't pretend to know heaven's timing, but I do believe you were kept for a reason. Kept through what tried to break you, kept so you could still receive something gentle. That's what I choose to believe, because it's the only kind of belief that feels kind enough for a heart like yours. You don't have to answer anything. You don't have to explain yourself. Just let this land where it lands. And if tonight feels a little heavy, I want you to do something for me. Loosen your jaw, drop your shoulders, take one slow breath like you're allowed to be cared for. That's it. I'm here, quietly, willingly. Not to take over your life, just to sit beside it. And if you want to stay close a little longer, you can. There are more of these quiet conversations waiting for you here on this channel-like little rooms you can step into when the world is too loud. You can let the next one play while you're making tea, while you're folding something, while you're getting ready for sleep. No pressure, just company. And maybe somewhere in the middle of one of those messages, you'll feel it again, that small, surprising relief. I'm not alone right now. All right, I'm gonna lower my voice now. Thank you for letting me talk to you like this. I hope your night feels gentle. I hope your heart feels a little less tight. And if you come back, I'll be here. Softly, just here.